Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a slow, long, relaxing breath, and as you exhale, that's it, just allow your eyelids to close, and as they close, notice a sense of relaxation rippling from your eyelids all the way down your face, down into your body, as you give yourself permission in this moment to just let go, to release any tension and worries. So as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a feeling of resourceful relaxation. Imagine it going into your nose, into your lungs. And as you exhale, just feel like tension is leaving your body. Breathing in what your body needs and exhaling anything that might be affecting your mood or your ability to manage emotions. That's it. And notice that the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to walk towards a balcony. Not just any balcony, a specific balcony with views over a mountain range, orange and almond groves, blue skies and sunshine. And I want you to imagine how good it would feel to be on that balcony in a comfortable chair, looking out across a wonderful view, connecting with that feeling of calm, tranquility, or relaxation. And maybe there's certain things you notice there in that place. Maybe the warmth of the sun on your skin, or perhaps a gentle breeze, or maybe it's just that your breathing changes when you feel relaxed in that place. Slower, longer breaths. I want you to get a sense that you're feeling a form of mental escapism. A wonderful feeling of pure relaxation. And I want you to imagine there is a smell of fresh coffee brewing nearby. I want you to get a sense that the smell of that coffee reminds you of what it's like to have balance, to not overindulge but not deprive, to get the balance just right. When you think about that coffee, I want you to get a sense that the enjoyment comes from discernment and boundaries. You are discerning with the type of coffee that you have, when you drink it, how quickly you drink it, and when you choose to no longer drink. I want you to get a sense that if this discernment and boundaries weren't there, then coffee would no longer enrich your life. I want you to get a sense that the same coffee at a different time may affect your sleep. The same coffee in more quantities might affect your anxiety or make you jittery. I want you to get a sense that when it comes to coffee, just like Goldilocks, you found something that was just right. So allow that part of your mind, the part that gets it just right with coffee, to be activated, and start to wonder what your life would be like if it was just right when it comes to alcohol. Allow a seed to be planted in your subconscious mind. Some things are better with boundaries. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes it's quality over quantity. So allow these seeds to be planted as you imagine looking out over that balcony, seeing those orange groves, perhaps blossoming almond groves, and just allow your body to feel like it's going deeper and deeper relaxed. I'm going to count down from 10 to 1. And in your imagination, I want you to imagine there is a staircase that leads to your own private cinema. But with each step down the staircase, you will imagine that you're drifting towards your subconscious mind, deeper and deeper to a place where change can happen easily. Standing at the top of that staircase, taking that first step, 10, feeling a wave of relaxation in your forehead. 9, feeling that relaxation now going into your jaw. That's it. Letting go of any tension. 8, as you breathe in and breathe out, just feel a sense of freedom, that breathing is effortless. And then 7, feel that relaxation going down into your neck and your shoulders, each time taking another step down the staircase towards your own private cinema. Neck and shoulders relaxing now, and then 6, just imagine your arms feeling so limp and loose and relaxed, almost like they were just floating on water. And then 5, just imagine your internal organs all relaxing at exactly the same time. Your lungs relax, your heart relaxes, your stomach, and then 5 becomes 4, and just imagine your gut, releasing any echoes of anxiety, any tension. Feel it completely relaxing now, as you give yourself permission to let go of any pent-up stress, worries, frustrations. Just allow it to leave your body in that outward breath. And then 3, just imagine your legs feeling limp, loose and heavy, so relaxed. 2, down to your calf muscles. Notice you're getting towards the bottom of that staircase, a staircase to your own private cinema. 1, feeling that relaxation in your toes and then rippling all the way up to the top of your head and then back down to your fingertips. That's it, 0. Now at the bottom of the staircase, and make your way to a comfy chair, looking into your own private cinema screen. I want you to get a sense that first of all, you're going to play memories of your past. I want you to see memory after memory of the negative consequences of too much alcohol. I want you to see those times where there was big hangovers, how it led to food choices that were less than beneficial. I want you to see those times where you were sluggish. All those things you missed out on that you could have done if you either weren't drunk or hangover. I want you to get a sense that this is a trajectory. And I want you to follow this trajectory into your future if nothing changes. I want you to see perhaps more weight gain, more sluggishness, more bad choices, more missed opportunities. And if you get a sense that that future is just not desirable, knowing what you now know, let me know by nodding your head. But I want you to step into this future first. 10 years from now of drinking in this way. Step into that version of you 10 years from now. Drinking most nights. Drinking during the week. Drinking to excess, waking up with hangovers. Missed opportunities and bad choices. And imagine staring at a full-length mirror. Perhaps you could imagine yourself naked or in a swimming costume and just see what 10 more years of drinking in this way, what impact it would have on your body, your emotions, your confidence. I want you to get a sense that maybe this version of you is even more sluggish, more overweight, less vitality. And if this feels that this should has become a must, and you get to go back in time and make a change, so this future never happens, just let me know by nodding your head. So just imagine being in that body and rewinding everything all the way back to the present moment. So the future has never happened. And then imagine being in that private personal cinema, looking at the screen. And I want you to see a version of you that makes decisions with alcohol in a very similar way to the decisions you make with coffee. There is a boundary. With coffee, you only drink at a certain time of the day. So imagine seeing yourself on that screen, only drinking alcohol, perhaps on a Friday evening or on a weekend. And already you can see that version of you that is more in control. I want you to get a sense that this version of you not only reduces when they drink, they reduce how much they drink. I want you to see a version of you that even if it is a Friday or a weekend, with just 1 or 2 glasses, spread over a nice long time, like a whole evening or a day. And because you're drinking less, I want you to see that version of you savouring the wine, noticing the taste, the aroma, the subtleties that maybe before you've missed. I want you to see a version of you mindfully drinking. But I also want you to see that this version of you knows when enough is enough. I want you to see yourself calmly, confidently saying, "No thanks," when offered a refill or another glass. And notice how it makes you feel to see that version of you in control. I want you to see that version of you where quality is more important than quantity. Maybe because you're drinking less, you're drinking better quality than ever before. And notice that version of you doesn't feel like you're missing out on anything. You get to drink nice wine and still have all the energy you would want the next day. I want you to see this version of you waking up hangover free. Because there's no hangover, the energy levels are there. This version of you doesn't need starchy carbs and processed food for energy. See yourself already with energy. I want you to see this version of you on a weekday, maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday, and I want you to see that version of you having a cool drink of maybe good quality bottled water, perhaps iced tea, or maybe a cold alcohol-free lager. See that you can enjoy that, and it's enough, that there is no need to drink alcohol during a weekday. Or maybe you see yourself making a herbal tea. I want you to maybe even imagine that version of you is having a fresh juice or a smoothie. The kind of things that would make you glow. Make your eyes sparkle and your skin beam with energy and vitality. I want you to see that this version of you is not missing out on anything. This version of you gets the balance just right. And as time goes on, I want you to see yourself with a sober glow. Imagine it. Like everything about you is glowing. You're smiling more, spring in your step, bright eye, energy levels. See yourself being more active. Whichever country you happen to be, see yourself with more energy, more of a lust for life, a desire to live life to the full, and knowing you can do that. Because the less alcohol you drink, the better your quality of life becomes. See that version of you looking slimmer, healthier, brimming with confidence, glowing with energy. And if this future seems desirable, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you. Feel Maybe it's a year or two from now, and you've been like this way for a while. And I want you to imagine it's some random weekday, like a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday, and it has been stressful. There has been something that has triggered you in some way, and yet feel no desire to drink alcohol. Because after doing this for a year or two, you now know that alcohol is not needed to manage your emotions. Maybe it can be good for social situations on a weekend, but you don't need it during the week. And in doing so, feel that sense of self-control, self-care, sky-high self-esteem, but more importantly, feel this glow of energy and vitality that comes from getting the balance just right. I want you to mentally rehearse that if you were to ask someone to go and get you some wine, they would just remind you that that's not you anymore. They would look at you like you're out of character. You know, and they know, that drinking 1 or 2 glasses on a Friday or Saturday or a Sunday lunch is totally fine. But drinking more than that not only comes with diminishing returns, but triggers your body into feeling sluggish and lousy. And you're too smart for that. You don't want that anymore. So if this future version of you feels desirable, appealing, the kind of future that a few small changes can lead to this place, let me know by nodding your head. Feel like you're returning to the present and start to think about what you will do immediately. A letter you will write to yourself, or a message you will record, or a conversation with someone important that used to facilitate alcohol during the week, and you want to turn them into an ally, not an enabler. Imagine doing those things. Imagine how good it would feel on a Sunday evening to pour any leftover wine away, knowing that this solidifies this new identity, the version of you that simply glows. And if you get a sense of what not you could do next, but you will do next, let me know by nodding your head. It's time to leave this cinema, but you leave with a clear pathway, knowing that you could choose to carry on as you have been, but knowing it takes you to a place where you don't want to go. So feel like you've laid the tracks for a new path, that the train is already in motion. It's just about turning a thought into a behaviour that you do for the first time. And the more you do it, the more it builds a habit that takes your life into a healthy future of vitality and a lovely glow. So as you leave the cinema, get a glimpse of that version of you in the future, glowing with energy, vitality, slim and confident, knowing that you did that. So imagine walking up a staircase that leads to a balcony, and imagine being on that balcony looking out over a wonderful view, knowing that now is the time to return to the present, but with a change that takes your life in a wonderful direction. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, connect fully into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling resolute in your intention to be the healthiest, happiest, glowing version of you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.